私はまだやることがあるから先に行ってくれ。
了解。
すまないな。こんなに世界が綺麗だって気づかなかったな。みんな今行くよ。
Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. Let's have a look at Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. And then this will be a 7-star level 120 review of the collaboration character, A2, who is in the center here. And then I did get a few other characters from the number 4 Awakening batch in Global. That includes Laswell, Sakura, Elfrida, and Noctis. There's also Folan, who I couldn't fit on the screen. I'm not going to take requests on who to review. But just know that I have these characters, and then I'll try to do reviews of them soon. There's also Emperor, who is an older character. I'll probably save him for later. But anyway, A2, she has kind of an interesting history with me in this game, Brave Exvius. I played a little bit of the Nier Automata on PlayStation 4. I didn't get all the way through, but it was cool, and then the design of all the characters in the game is like so iconic. That even people that haven't played it, they know it, and I'm pretty sure pretty much everybody likes it. If you asked me to choose between 2B and A2, I would say A2. She's pretty cool. But yeah, as for my relationship to this character in this game, I was pay to play in this game for like the first 4 months, and then Nier came around. I put a lot of money into that, and then I got 2 of A2, which is why I was able to make the 7-star here. But I was trying to get 9S, actually, and I didn't get him until way, way later. Finally, I got him after getting 2 of A2, and then I stopped. And then I kind of burnt out on the game. I just kind of felt like yucky that I'd spent, you know, that much money on the game. But then, when I came back, you know, having 2 of A2, they were my main, you know, chaining damage team. And they saw me through a lot of the, kind of the earlier content. And so in a way, A2 is kind of the reason for my burnout, and then also the reason for me coming out of my burnout. And I've been playing, you know, pretty solidly ever since. So she's pretty influential on how I've been playing this game, and I'm very grateful to her. And it's cool to get her 7-star here now, where I can be using her again. A2, I guess there are kind of 3 ways that you want to think about her. One is how you want to use her, which is pretty simple. 2 is how you want to equip her, which is maybe a little bit more complicated. And then the third way is how you want to build a team around her, because it does kind of take a team to make her work. She's not sort of like all encompassing, like totally like independent, like a Balthier or someone. You do have to build around her. She's kind of just like a real like blunt object. She's just numbers and then like one chaining family, and then there's like nothing else about her. So you need to support her with like imperils and imbues and MP, regen and all that, but we'll come to that later. First of all is how to use A2, and she's pretty simple. With her 7-star form, she kind of obsoletes all of her 6-star abilities. So like before, when I was using her as like a double 6-star, I would chain, which one was it? I would chain offensive heal combo. This was really strong, and it also healed herself, but it only chained with herself. Now that she is a 7-star, her strongest chaining attack is avoid heavy attack. And then this will chain with, I guess, Laswell. He's kind of the most, you know, recent character to have this. And then that will chain with his obliterating Mirror of Equity. I guess this is the AT chaining family. I don't know what that stands for. Right now it's like Laswell, and then Dracula, Laswell, and then A2, and then maybe some other guys. But as we go further into the game, there'll be more and more chaining partners, and then this will be like the second most populated chaining family. And then, yeah, as a 7-star, that's basically all you're going to do with her. So if you do have characters that can chain with that, or if you have characters in your friends list that can chain with that, then you want to use them together. One other thing, here is Inorganic Blade. This is good to use maybe the first turn. You can give her that little buff in the beginning to her attack, and then you can go on with that. And then, let's see, later, you'll get this on the 3rd turn, Hateful Blade. This is like one big hit, and that's like a finishing move. If you have other chainers in your team, like maybe support characters with like pods or something, you could finish that chain with this. That would be pretty strong. And then there is her Limit Break, which is interesting. It does like a single hit, but it's not so big that I would say it's worth to finish chains with it. But it gives her a very big buff to her own attack, 300%. And then it does kind of hurt her a little bit. The more that you level this up, the less damage it will do to her. So I would recommend to level this up. But yeah, once you have those buffs on her, then you can just chain with her, maybe do the finisher every 3 turns, and that's pretty much it. She has some other kind of side abilities, maybe if you have like a free turn. This will restore her own HP and MP. She does have Provoke, but this is not the Provoke that I wish she had. This just increases her attack and then also increases the attack of the enemy. In most cases, I would never use this. She has Vertical Sweep, which I guess you could use to avoid like a instant KO attack. Inherent Will can be interesting. I've used this once in a while to quote-unquote cure my other teammates with like Berserk or Stop or something if I had no other way to heal them. Because this will just, KO the enemy, and then you can raise that character, and then they'll be healed of whatever, Charm or whatever it was that they had. Super niche use, but I have used it now and then. But yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, so A2, she's like self-buff once in a while, her single chaining ability, and finishing once in a while. But that's all she has. She does not have any she does not have any element in peril. You're going to have to rely on other characters for that. She does not have any self-imbue, so you're going to have to use elemental weapons with her or another character with imbue. She does not have any MP refresh, so you're going to have to count on other characters to keep her MP up as well. And then she's kind of fragile just overall, so you're also going to have to use other characters for like damage mitigation or re-raises or whatever. So yeah, that's how you want to use A2, which is pretty straightforward. Next is how you want to equip her, which is a little bit more complicated. And then we'll go here. So here actually, this is what I would call the beginner's build. And then I'm naming these builds based on how hard it is to get the equipment together to make the build. The beginner's build is easiest to make because all you need is Beast Lord, which is her Trust Master. You can get the Moogles for that in the current raid. And then if you have this with her Trust ability, she will get 250% double hand. So you're just 50% away from the max, and so you can do that with like a Martial Glove or even a double hand from Butts, who is a 3-star character. So it's super easy to get her to the max 300% double hand. And so you have a lot of like extra space for other abilities or other equipment in order to get her, maxed out using Beast Lord. Next, I would call the intermediate build. It's a little bit more difficult to use, but I'm going to say it's going to do more damage. For one reason, and that is because we are going to use an elemental greatsword with her. Let's put Tonitrus, that has lightning. So you give her a one-handed weapon, she will double-hand it, and so she can take advantage of her innate 100%. but she's not going to get that extra 150% double hand from Beast Lord. So we need to make that up with other stuff, which is why it's a little more difficult to put this together. But we get the advantage of the element, and so we can chain with like another element or lightning wielding character, get that element multiplier, which is pretty good. It is worth changing out Beast Lord for this. But yeah, with Tonitrus, I have the 100% passive double hand, so let's try to get to 300%. So we'll replace double hand with Buster Style, that's 100, so now we're at 200. We can replace Ribbon with Martial Glove, so now we're at 250. And then finally, we'll get rid of Fortitude and Vigor for Tomb Raider. So now we're at 300%. And then Buster Style and Tomb Raider and Martial Glove, they give you true double hand percentage. But this will add up the double hand as well, so we're still getting up to 300 with this equipment. So yeah, we do get the benefit of the element from the sword. And then right now, the great swords with elements, there's Tonitrus for lightning, Excalibur for light, Agni for fire. There's that sturdy umbrella, I think it is, for 90. And then there's Glauca's greatsword for 115, 125, somewhere around there. I think the three most popular are going to be Tonitrus, Agni, and Excalibur. So yeah, you can focus on those. So for a lot of people, this will be doable. You still need to pull a Cloud. You need maybe like an Elfrida or a Explore Eileen or Nalu or something. But yeah, you can get there. Next, I'm going to call the Advanced build. This is going to ignore her innate double hand completely. So we're going to use a two-handed weapon, and then we're going to have to build up to 300% true double hand, just totally with our equipment and abilities that we have on the side. And then for the advanced build, I'm going to recommend Fixed Dice. This is currently a broken weapon. It has multipliers up to 600%. You have a chance to get that. That's very, very strong. And then A2, of course, she can equip throwing weapons. And then she has a nice chaining family, the AT chaining family. There are not a lot of chainers that can use fixed dice, so that makes A2 pretty special. And then her stats are higher than a lot of those other characters. So yeah, let's see how high we can get her. We're going to try to give her as much true double hand as possible. So one more Martial Glove, Buster Style, Tomb Raider. I think that's the highest I can go. So that's 250%. I need one other thing. So in this case, like Nalu's Trustmaster or Elfrida's Super Trustmaster in order to reach 300%. But yeah, as we can see, we are reaching 900. Let's get some better equipment in there. Let's do another 40. Tomb Raider, Proud Fencer, one more 40. Okay, so we've easily broken 1,000 with Fixed Dice, and she has the dual cast. So this is going to be, great chances for a lot of damage. So this is maybe her best build right now. And then if you can use characters that can imbue elements onto her, that'll be even more damage. So that'll be crazy. This is going to be her best build. Until Fixed Dice gets that new modifier, which is basically a nerf. But until then, let's use Fixed Dice. Alright, and then the Expert build, which is the most difficult to put together, is still going to be a true double hand build, so we're going to keep all of this other equipment. But we are going to use a two-handed greatsword with an element. At the moment, I think there's only one. That would be Bahamut's Tear from whatever his face is. Valkyrie Profile Banner, you need his Super Trustmaster, and then you can get that Lightning two-handed greatsword. That's maybe the best weapon for A2 right now. For most people, that's not going to be an option. Later on, we will get the parameter missions. If you can clear the attack one, you will get a two-handed light element greatsword. That's pretty good. And then later, there will be a character named Crimson who will be added to the regular pool, who will have a fire two-handed greatsword. You can use select tickets to get him. Another way you could do this is to give her just a standard, two-handed greatsword, with no element, and then use an imbue from another character. So yeah, those are kind of the 4 main builds that I'm thinking. You can work your way up, as you get more and more true double hand equipment. You can start with Beast Lord. That'll still give you a lot of good damage, I think. One last build, I would say, going back to Beast Lord, is to use an evade build with her. This can be good if you're also using Illusionist Nicole and his, redirect. With Beast Lord, she'll get 10% evade on top of her 20% evade. And then you can give her Assassin's Vest and all that other stuff to make her an evade build. And that could be fun as well, but pretty niche. And then actually here, let's cut away. Let's take A2 to Gilgamesh. And then we'll look at her doing that quest solo as a 100% evade character. Alright, so here we are in Gilgamesh, and then he's actually kind of famous for being able to be cleared by any character with 100% evade. We are going to use a light element on A2, because if you use light element, you can seal one of his more damaging attacks that even goes through the evade. But yeah, I'm just going to rely on her counterattacks, so we'll just use Holy Torch in order to dispel Gilgamesh. We'll wait for the physical attacks to come, we'll dodge them all, and then we will counterattack. And her counterattacks are pretty strong. Okay, we'll use her self-heal, self-refresh. We gave her the safety bit, I think, so she could survive that Gilgamesh change. We'll use another Holy Torch for more dispel. Take some more physical attacks. Alright, so that is the most damaging attack from Gilgamesh with a 100% evade build. We can seal that with the light element attack, but we weren't able to attack the previous turn, which is why we took that. Don't want to attack. I want to, see how much damage we can do from counterattacks, so I use Banish there instead. But yeah, as we can see though, her lack of, MP refresh kind of hurts her. So I need to keep using that Pet the Pod. Thankfully though, she has the Ring of the Lucii, which will give her the Holy counterattack, which will restore some of her MP. Okay, so there I used A2's Limit Break. She glows red, and then she takes that damage, at the end of every turn. But yeah, of course, with outside healers and stuff, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Oh, here comes that holy attack again. Let's see if we survive that. Okay. Alright, very nice damage there. That's coming from the 300% attack buff from the Limit Break. Alright, and then Pet the Pod. It can be a dual cast, in case of emergency. Alright, one more Holy Torch. And there goes the boss. That's pretty funny. Alright, so that was A2 as a 100% evade character. Interesting as a counter tank. So if that interests you, you can go for that. But I would say the best way to use her is just as a chainer with Laswell or whomever else. Okay, finally, let's talk about how to build a team around A2. Because she does need a lot of support. Like I said before, she's just numbers. She's just a beat stick. So you'll need some kind of finesse with the characters around her to make her really work. One thing you will want is, if you are using element weapons, is element imperil. And then kind of the number one guy that I would recommend there is, let's see if I have him here, no. I really like Ace with her. Like I said before, kind of her most important weapons right now are Tonitrus with lightning, Agni with fire, Excalibur with light. Ace here, with his Tri-Beam Laser, he can break all of those three elements for 75%, and that's plenty. That'll help you with, pretty much any situation. And then he's got a lot of other support stuff. Spirit Hand is really good because, restores MP. That's exactly what A2 needs. And then he also has, like, damage mitigation. You could use Top Hand, or just the Force Hand. Those would also be really good to use with A2. As far as imbues, there are not a lot of characters that can imbue elements right now. One, actually, from the most recent batch is Sakura. And then she has, let's see, here we are, Electric Infusion. This will add lightning element to a physical attacker. And then this is especially good when you're using fixed dice, or like a non-elemental two-handed greatsword. And then if you had like 2 of A2, you could imbue both of your A2s with that, and then you could imperil the lightning resistance on like the 3rd turn, if you wanted to get all that from one character. And then Sakura can do that as well. Quick Shock Blade. This will imperil for 50%, which is not the highest, but it's better than nothing. Other options for lightning imbue, there's Desh. He is a 4-star character. And then imbue water. You can use Bikini Lid. She has a chance to imbue water, but it's not 100%. And then there's also the 7-star version of Seaside Nicole. Where's he? There he is. Yeah, unfortunately I can't show you here because I only have the 6-star. But the 7-star does have that ability to imbue water. And then he can also imperil water. And also restore the MP. And do the damage mitigation. So he could also be a really good partner for A2. And then I think Christine, the Christmas character, she has an ice imbue. So maybe you could also use her with A2. But yeah, those are my thoughts on A2. Simple character to use, semi-complicated to equip, maybe more complicated to build a team around her. But for now, for sure, she's definitely worth building a team around. We'll see how long she lasts into, the coming meta. But I think her limit break, which gives her that 300% attack buff, is going to be really key to keeping her, at the top of the damage game. So yeah, I'm not going to show, A2 going through bosses and whatever in this video. I might do it in other videos, just like when I try to get clears of like whatever stuff for the first time. And then maybe we can look forward to some reviews of some of these other characters soon. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.